sunlight. I'm Alex and I'm so happy to see you. The purpose of today's video is to find out what your dreams are trying to tell you, what messages are hidden in your strange or weird or even just your regular everyday dreams. Okay, we've got 4 piles here. Group 1 is blue goldstone, group 2 jade, group 3 carnelian, and group 4 tiger's eye. So if you've already chosen your pile, that's totally fine. But if you could just humor me and close your eyes, take a deep breath in through the nose, filling the chest and the belly with air. And as you exhale, ask your angels, your spirit guides, or your higher self to aid you in choosing the correct pile for you so that when you open your eyes, the one you are drawn to first is the right one. Okay, let's get started. Hi, group number 1, those of you who chose a blue goldstone. Okay, this is super exciting. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. But let me just tell you your cards. You've got the Emperor, the Queen of Cups, 7 of Wands, Lightning, Dawn, New Beginnings, and Uni, the Sun. So, okay, so your dreams, they are speaking to you. Okay. Let me get settled. You are entering into, or you have just entered into, an amazing time in your life where you are leveling up. Like when I first saw this, I was like, oh, okay, you're leveling up. You're at a higher state of being than you once were, and you are taking on a leadership role either in your work or just over your life. So in your dreams, you might be dreaming about your mom or your dad or both, or just guardians in your life that you had. If you weren't in contact with your parents, whoever raised you, you might be thinking about them or not thinking about them. You might be dreaming about them. They're showing up in your dreams and you're like, what does this have to do? Like, I don't understand. Like, what are you doing here? Kind of thing. Or, even just authority figures in your life may have shown up, like, older teachers that you may have had, or like principals or bosses, just people that used to have some kind of authority over you may be showing up in your dreams. And or you could be having a dream where you are in their position, like maybe you're wearing their clothes or you're speaking like them or you look like them, something like that. But overall, your dream is just trying to tell you that you are now stepping into that father figure role. You are now stepping into that mother role over yourself, over your own life. And it's telling you, your dreams are telling you that like this is happening. But this is also, very much so the universe. Like I feel like your angels or the universe, spirit has a hand in your subconscious right now, trying to get you to wake up to this invitation, right? Because it is an invitation. You can completely ignore your destiny, right? But this is your destiny. This is your time to shine. Your dreams are trying to like wake you up to get you to step into your power and be like, yes, you know what? I am the Emperor. I am the Queen of Cups. And I can knock out my competition. And what I mean by that is like the 7 of Wands here, because you are stepping into this leadership role and because you have leveled up, that's what happens, right? You are shiny and new and people are looking and like maybe they kind of noticed you before, but you weren't really a threat to them, and now you like pose a threat to them, so they might want to try and come knock you off your horse. You are completely up to the task of shooing them away. We don't want to fight. We don't want, animosity. Of course not. Love and light to everyone. But this is just about being like, this is my destiny. You can't take it from me. I accept the challenge. I accept the invitation. I step into my power. No one can take that from me. You know what I mean? Just this like strong energy. The Emperor, right? You're able to delegate. You're able to like go for what you want deliberately. So not just like haphazardly, like, here we go. Just more so like taking deliberate steps. You know what I mean? Being that self-disciplined person to have authority over yourself, not needing to, look to someone else to tell you what to do. And then the Queen of Cups is like, you're mothering yourself, you're reparenting yourself, giving yourself the emotional security and stability that you needed, that maybe your own guardians fell short on giving you. You are now giving to yourself, right? And you are able to be much more compassionate and loving towards others too, because you're not asking them for support, you're supporting yourself. So you're going to be a more supportive role as well. And then this lightning is like, it's like, this is the spark, this is the time, it's sparking something within you. Your dreams may be like, just you wake up and you're just like, that was something, but you weren't sure what it was. Like, it's trying to, like I said, wake you up, get you to be who you came here to be. But you've got to take the invitation, right? You've got to RSVP. You can't, this isn't, we have free will on this planet. So, it's up to you. It's like that moment, like, your mission, should you choose to accept it. So this is your invitation to accept. Your dreams are trying to, like, persuade you and, like, get you to go for it and really step into who you were meant to be. New beginnings. This is a whole new beginning, leveling up and going into a whole new phase of life. Especially if you were really dependent on your guardians or on your parents or on people, not just for monetary things, but for support, emotional support, or friendship even, or just things like that. You're really becoming your own person and learning to not lean on others so much. And it's really like the dawning of a new day. And like, you've been through a lot. So it may look like, can I even really do this? Can I really even step into this? But you most certainly can. And I feel like you must step into it. Okay. And shine. The Sun card, right? This is letting you know that you need to shine no matter what people have told you, no matter, if you were bullied when you were younger, or if the guardians in your life were like, listen, like, you're being too much, you need to be quiet. Or if they made you feel like you had to be less than who you are. We're done with that. We're moving into just shining and being as bright as we possibly can be. And listen, bright lights, they attract bugs, right? You might come across some people who want to be your competition, but just, like, let them know you don't compete with anybody but you. So they're just going to shoot themselves in the foot if they come after you, because this is your destiny. Like, there is no such thing as competition, right? So if people try and, like, say little things, or try to, like, rain on your parade, just know that you are the sun. You do not stop shining just because clouds roll in, right? You are above the clouds, right? So that's what your dreams are trying to let you know, is that you are coming into this whole new beautiful phase of life. So just embrace it. Okay? You got this. All right? This is who you're meant to be. And you are absolutely strong enough and powerful enough to do it, okay? So don't doubt yourself. But wow, okay, that's all I've got for you guys. Group number 1, I think that's really great. I'm so excited for you guys. Go you. Let me know down in the comments if the reading resonated. I hope it did. Like the video, subscribe, all that good stuff. Follow me on Instagram at Alex in the Sunlight, all that good stuff. Consider becoming a patron over on my Patreon page. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for sharing your time and your energy with me. The magic in me honors the magic in you. Be well. Bye. Hi, group number 2. Those of you who chose Jade. I think this is so perfect because look at this color palette, right? I mean, it's just, it's really, and I really feel like it's like Spirit is trying to make this message clear to you, like inescapably clear, like even through the colors. Like, we've told you multiple times. We're trying to show you through numbers, through colors, through dreams. But before I get into all of that, let me just show you your cards. So you've got the Hermit in reverse, the Page of Swords in reverse, and the Four of Swords upright. Ishtar, Communion in reverse, the Council, and Dance, Celebration. All right, so this message is the best. The messages coming from your dreams are basically the ones that you've been ignoring in your waking life. So I feel like you guys feel a pressure or you feel a stress that is really causing you to act out of character. Not in a like, dramatic way, just more so like where you are usually methodical or more organized. Now papers are everywhere and you keep dropping things and your mind is elsewhere when you should be doing, focusing on what you're doing at hand. Like I just feel like you're kind of spread a little thin and you are hitting a wall, and it doesn't have to be this way, but you won't sit down, right? Your dreams, you might be dreaming of running, like you might be running, or you might have that sensation where you jerk yourself awake because you felt like you were falling or something like that. You might be dreaming of like being walking through a forest and you're not sure how to get out, or being in a house that's like very dimly lit, or it's nighttime so you're unable to figure out where you are, something like that. Or it could be none of the above, but either way the message is the same, is that you've got to take some time. And this isn't just fluff. Like I really want, because I know you guys have been ignoring this message already, so I really want to get this across to you in a strong way, that this isn't fluff, right? This isn't so that we're like, oh yeah, just take a nap. Like this is literally like, listen, if you don't stop what you're doing, if you don't start paying attention to the signs the universe has already been sending you, you are going to run yourself right into the ground. You know what I mean? You've got to stop for a minute, and get away from other people's opinions and other people's company even. And I would suggest like just taking the weekend, taking a couple days to do absolutely nothing for the purpose of gaining some insight. Because if you are rushing around doing things, or if you're constantly stimulating your mind in some kind of way, you're missing some vital cues, some vital messages, and they're unable to come through because you're bombarding your system with all of this other stuff. And it's causing you to say things and make promises that you can't keep. I also get the feeling that some of you guys are saying you'll do something, or you're saying things to other people to get them off your back. Like you don't really mean this, but you're so sick of talking about this, and you just want them to kind of like okay, so I just felt like something on my face and I don't know what it is, but that's like what I was doing. Like I feel like that's what you're doing with your words, like, oh, just okay, get out of my face, right? And you're usually normally a person who keeps your word, or you're normally a person who has fresh ideas and knows how to implement them. But for this reason, for because you are spread too thin right now, you're just unable to really come at this from a more stable place. So you've got the Four of Swords, and this is the rest card, right? Really take some time to rest. I have another deck where this card is like represented by someone who's lying on the ground, like they couldn't go on anymore, but there's a butterfly overhead. So it's like, it's just reminding you that there's cycles and phases in your life just as there are in nature. So when you take that time to go into your little cocoon, right, you can emerge the butterfly. You never know. Like 2 days where you don't do anything, you don't talk to anybody, you don't try and exert your mind, can do wonders. You can come back so much stronger the next day. But if you never gave yourself that time, you're just spreading yourself even thinner and thinner and thinner. So, you've already been getting this message. This is just another confirmation, right? Your dreams are trying to tell you. You're probably not getting the best sleep either. You might be like, waking up in the middle of the night and stuff. And like I said, they're telling you that your spirit guides have been trying to tell you, been trying to say, hey, like read the writing on the wall here. Like, this isn't working. This way of just go and never resting, and whatever you can call it, work ethic, whatever. Like it's not working, you know. I always feel like it's really toxic, you know, when people are just like, I never sleep. I'll sleep when I'm dead. And like we really glamorize and romanticize that kind of work ethic. And I think it's so silly. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. It's like if we had nothing but summer, right? If the world never changed, if there was never any seasons, it was everything was just summer, we would just burn up. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of how I see that way of thinking. That's why it's called burnout, right? And then they're also trying to tell you like when you take this time, because I feel like you guys aren't foolish. I feel like you're finally going to be like, okay, I get it. I got to take this time. So when you do take that time, you know, seek your counsel within. There are messages with deep within you that can get you to the next level that you're trying to get to. Okay, no one is telling you that you can't achieve your goals, or you know, that's not it. It's just you need to be able to achieve your goals, and you can't do that if you are passed out because you worked yourself into a stupor, right? So they really just want you to be mindful, and when you take this time out, right, when you're going into this restful state, go over the signs that they have been sending to you and go into meditative states more often and receive some downloads. Okay, because they've been trying to tell you things, but you haven't been able to hear it because you've just been like boom, 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 ping, ping, ping. So like when you get into that quiet space, be like, okay, what was it that you were trying to tell me? All right. And then when you come out of that state, the message is to celebrate more. Okay. So even tiny achievements that you have, celebrate them. Dance more, sing more, be silly more, play more. Okay. And if you recoil against that and you're just like, oh, I don't have time for that, dude, you need to make time. Okay. You need to make time, because if if your life is just all work and no play, and I really mean play, not things that just deplete your system even more. I mean like playing, breaking out your favorite board game, or playing tag, or you know, putting on a really funny song that you used to like when you were a kid and dancing to it, or singing in the shower, stuff like that. You don't have to deplete your system even more. You just need to incorporate more celebratory action in your everyday life. Okay? But first and foremost, rest, and really rest. You are bombarding your system with too much. Okay? Get some sleep. Get some good sleep. Sleeping through the night. You know what I mean? If you need to drink some chamomile tea or take some melatonin, whatever it is, do it, and then just sleep through the night, okay? For a few nights in a row. All right? But that's all I got for you guys, group number 2. I really hope you get some rest. I really hope you have a nice, restful, celebratory time. Let me know if the reading resonated with you in the comments. I really hope it did. Like the video, subscribe so we can spend more time together. Follow me on Instagram at alexinthesunlight. Consider becoming a patron over my Patreon page, all that good stuff. Thank you so much for sharing your time and your energy with me. I truly appreciate it. The magic in me honors the magic in you. Be well. Bye. Hi, group number 3, those of you who chose carnelian. Okay, so, and that's just so perfect with this too. Oh, there's a lot, but I just want to show you your cards first. So you've got the Lovers in reverse, the Chariot in reverse, Knight of Swords upright, Benzai 10, Beauty in reverse, Standstill, and Fog veiled. So, okay. So basically, in a nutshell, you know, if you feel stuck, like your dreams are trying to tell you to either embrace feeling stuck or to put a pin in it. Okay? Stop yourself from continuing with whatever this project is, or whatever's going on that you keep trying to push forward. Stop it before there's actual damage that's being done, because now is not the time to move forward. Now is not the time to push ahead. Now is not the time to, you know, to make really big decisions and move forward with the project, it's just not the time. And I know that may not be what you want to hear, but that's what your dreams are trying to tell you. If you're dreaming, you might be dreaming about like being unable to like climb a mountain, or being in like a canyon and you're not really sure how to get out of here, or having dreams about doors, locked doors, um being in places that you just feel like you don't know the way out of, is what I feel like the imagery I'm seeing for you, which you might be dreaming about. But either way, the message is the same. Now is not the time. Because there's info that you aren't receiving. You don't know everything yet, and if you move forward, if you push, and you're stubborn about this, and you're just like, well, I'm going to do it anyway, I'm going to go anyway, I'm going to continue this anyway, you're just going to end up doing damage and harm to yourself. And I feel like you guys are really frustrated, but like that's the whole point, is like this frustration that you feel is like one of the major causes for the fog. And I feel like the underlying issue, like the thing that you may feel like, how does this have to do with this, is your self-esteem and your lack of self-esteem, the lack of self-worth, the lack of having your own back. This Lovers in reverse is, to me, your relationship with yourself, and how, maybe it's always been shaky, but it's at the point now where, it's affecting the progress that you're able to make at this point. So if you have like this negative self-talk, or if you choose to be around people who talk down to you, like, I mean, the Lovers in reverse could talk about like relationships, sure, but to me, even if you are in a bad relationship, or even if you are around people who are mean to you, like, they're going to do them regardless. It's about you. Why are you choosing to be with those people? So that's kind of what I'm focusing on. It doesn't matter what these people are going to do, right? The decisions that they're going to make. They're going to be that way regardless. Okay? It's about you. It's about like how you allow yourself to be treated. And if you are telling yourself, mean and nasty things, chances are you're going to allow that to happen from other people as well. Or, maybe even you have been acting in a way with your loved ones that you're not too proud of, but it's really because it's coming from inside, like things that you aren't accepting of in yourself. So you're just kind of like lashing out. But this reverse chariot is kind of like, back it up. We got to back up the truck. We got to make a U-turn. This isn't it. Okay. Like, this isn't it. We have to go back around and we have to figure this out. We got to refuel. We've got to, remap out our course. Like, this isn't the way. Right. But it's interesting because I feel like once you get over this need to have things go your way, or have things look a certain way, because I also feel like you guys are perfectionists. Once you let go of that, this Knight of Swords is going to be released, because you have a vision, you have a goal, you can make it, you can do it, just not right now. And it's not because you're incapable, it's just this lack of self-esteem you've got going on, and this lack of self-worth you've got going on is really hindering your abilities to know what are the right choices to make for you, right? Because it's essentially like, if you split yourself into aspects, and you said the aspect of you who doesn't like you is over here, right? And then you're over here, but you're kind of like smaller right now. And then you just said to this aspect of you that doesn't like you, can you make the best decisions for me? Absolutely not. Even though it is an aspect of you, right? But if you don't like you, if that aspect of you doesn't like you, why would that aspect of you be in the position to make good decisions for you? You know what I'm saying? So there's definitely this standstill, like literally this card says standstill, is actually a blessing. So you need to start looking at it that way, because it's basically Spirit's way of being like, it's almost like, have you seen like in funny movies or something like that, where a kid's trying to walk and an adult like takes their big hand and puts it on the kid's head and is like, you're not going anywhere, and like turns them back around? That's essentially what Spirit, the universe, is doing to you right now. It's like, nope, we've got, no, we're not doing that. No, we got to go this way. And they're giving you time. The universe is giving you time to realize this for yourself, to work on these parts of yourself that are less than nice to you. And it's really beautiful because it's like, instead of just letting you, steer your ship into, dangerous waters, it's docking you, right? So you are safe, so you are protected. You may be pouting, you may have an attitude about this, but it's actually in your best interest. So unless you feel like, you know, this could really be good. This could really be a sign to you to just be like, okay, well, I should just chill then, right? Yes, you should just relax. You should just figure out, what you can do to start repairing your relationship to self. And then from that point, you can make better decisions. But you are in this foggy, veiled state of confusion. I know it's got to be scary. It's got to be annoying. But listen, you can just decide, hey, okay, I'm confused. I'm going to be confused then. Until the way is shown for me, confusion is my friend, because confusion is keeping me from some bad stuff that I don't even know could possibly happen. You know what I mean? You never know what you're being saved from. Every rejection is protection, right? Course correction, right? It's nothing to be ashamed of. It's nothing to be sad about. But you've really got to focus on your self-worth. What was it? Were you bullied? Or are there people around you who don't have kind words for you? Stuff like that. It's valid. I get it. But none of those people are going to be your superhero. You've got to do that for yourself, right? So even if it's like going to therapy, like I feel like some of you would really benefit from just going and talking about some of this stuff, or finding a group, or finding some books on body positivity, or on, healthy self-image, or healthy relationship to self. For some of you, this may be like, I don't understand why I can't get in a good relationship. Well, if you're not in a good relationship with yourself, it's super hard to find what you want, right? It's super hard to find people that actually click with you. We don't have to get into this blame game of, well, they did this and blah blah blah. All we have to do is be like, well, I guess we just weren't right for each other. Maybe if I focused more on loving who I am just by myself, I'd figure out who could love me too. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be so heavy or so negative. This is just, look at these colors, right? You've got these greens and these yellows and these oranges, right? This heart, sacral, and solar, your confidence, your sensuality, your heart, right? You need to repair these areas before you can move forward, okay? So that's what your dreams are trying to let you know. And I really feel like you can do it. Enjoy it. Like I said, enjoy the standstill. All right? Make a spa day out of the standstill, okay? But that's all I've got for you guys. Group number 3. I really hope the reading resonated with you. Let me know in the comments if it did. Like this video, subscribe, follow me on Instagram at Alex in the Sunlight. Consider becoming a patron over on my Patreon page. Every little bit helps, and I truly appreciate it. Thank you so much for sharing your time and your energy with me. The magic in me honors the magic in you. Be well. Bye. Hi, group number 4, those of you who chose Tiger's Eye. All right, so very, very powerful, and also kind of funny, because it's very, it's like, well, I'll tell you in a second. I'm just going to show you the cards first. The Hanged Man, upright. 7 of Cups. 2 of Swords, in reverse. Mama Killa, the Moon, in reverse. Corn. And Forest, Breath. So, very similar to the last pile as far as being stuck, being in kind of like a stalemate situation, the universe kind of putting the brakes on you, putting the brakes on whatever it is that you're trying to make happen or push forward. But the reason behind it is much different. So with you guys, when I was flipping over the cards, I started singing too many options. I was like, oh, so many options, too many options. And I'm just feeling from this a lack of focus or a lack of direction, but I don't think you guys see it that way. So with this hanged man, it's kind of like, I feel like the universe just kind of like saw you and you were just like going in the wrong direction, or you might have just been going around in circles and not realizing it, that you've seen that tree before, that you've like walked past this pond already, that it's like you're just going around in circles, but you're so focused on wanting what you want when you want it that you didn't even realize all of these signs that were showing you that you weren't getting there, right? So the universe is like, okay, let me just pluck them from this and like just hung you upside down. Like maybe if we give you a timeout, you'll figure it out. You know what I mean? So you're kind of like in this space where, you know, you're probably a bit frustrated by it. And so it may manifest through your dreams as anxiety. Like I also felt anxiety from you guys because I feel like you've been missing these signs and your dreams have probably been trying to show you. But I also feel like, you know, I'm drawn to this Seven of Cups, the imagery. And to me, might be what your dreams are looking like very ethereal or very illusionary. You know, these flowers, like it's like they kind of look like they belong there, but you can also see that there's been some Photoshop happening, some like overlays happening. And so you may just not even understand what your dreams mean, but I don't think that the symbolism in your dreams are actually literal. Like I really feel like that's kind of the feeling that you get is the message. Like the anxiety that you feel, the confusion that you feel, like what the heck does this mean, is kind of the point. It's that you aren't seeing or you aren't getting these signs, so the universe has like put some brakes on you so that you have time to reevaluate, get back in alignment. You're kind of like out of alignment right now, and so that's kind of why it's you're unable to see. So the universe is like, hey, you need to take this time to remember your intention for wanting this dream, whatever it is that it is, for wanting this goal, this achievement, whatever it is. Remember your intentions for it. Have faith, have patience. Like they're trying to recalibrate you because at some point you went off the rails, right? And I feel like it's also very innocent. Like I feel a lot of innocent energy from you guys. Like you guys didn't mean to go off the rails, you just wanted what you wanted, right? And so I also feel like you guys are very like creative, and your ideas come at you so fast that you're just like, you were all about this thing, but then you heard about this thing, and so now you're over here. And I definitely relate. If you are a creative person, that can happen. Like you want to expand and explore at a much quicker rate than maybe your human abilities are capable of. So there's no shame in that. It's just about the fact that like you aren't able to experience anything fully if you don't, you know, focus your energy on one thing at a time. So I know that there's like lots of shiny things that you want or whatever, but I also feel like it can, like I said, this card is so beautiful, but I can tell that it's not real, right? It's not just a snapshot in nature. It's, like I said, overlays and photoshops, and like we're putting, you know, and it's purposeful that way. It's an illusion. It's beautiful, but it's an illusion. And so you've come to this Two of Swords moment where like you're unable to make a decision, and you're just kind of like, you're confused, and you're just like, wait, is it this way or is it that way? And I don't even remember anymore. Which way am I going? And you know what I mean? So with this Mama Killa here, it's trying to give you that advice of like, listen, we know you want what you want when you want it, and that's all well and good, but is that worth it? Right? Is it worth the confusion? Is it worth like the get rich quick schemes, like the snake oils and stuff? It's not worth it. Have some patience. And you know, this card is all about the moon. The moon has phases, has cycles, just as we do, right? We always forget that. Everybody wants to live in one state of being, which is usually go, 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 right? And we're just achieving, and yes, yes, yes. And nobody wants to take the downtime, but it's like when you find yourself in these stalemates, first of all, there were probably signs along the way getting you here that you ignored, and now that you're here, you're like, what the heck is this? But in reality, it's like this is your invitation to take a time out and reevaluate and recalibrate. And it could be a beautiful thing if you let it, right? I told the last group, see this stalemate as a spa day, right? So that you can come at it bigger and better, because you've got the corn here, and this is about, like I said, that recalibration, changing your mindset from get rich quick scheme to I am Gaia, or I am the farmer. I plant my seeds and I tend to them and I watch them grow, right? This corn, this beautiful corn, this harvest didn't come, overnight. It came through hard work, dedication, attention, tenderness, and rest. It came from, the seasons and the respect of like the deliberate birthing of your dreams, of your manifestations, right? It's a deliberate thing you're doing. So don't come at it from this like, well, I just want it to happen, why won't it just go? Like, really take a step back and look and ask yourself, like, have I been acting, in my goals' best interest? If they were babies, right? If your goals, if your manifestation were children, would you, with this anxious attitude, just trying to get there, would that be in their best interest? Probably not. Everything needs room to grow. Everything in creation needs room to grow. So give your dreams room to grow and breathe. Like I said, I felt anxiety from you guys. So I know that you're probably really stressed out about this stuff, but honestly, there's no need. The universe is what's putting a block on your stuff. So you know that you're protected. So really pay attention to your breath. If you have made a habit of shallow breathing where you're just like stop, like really start paying attention. When you're just sitting there, you're just driving, or you're just doing whatever you're doing, pay attention and start asking yourself, when was the last time I took a deep breath? Breathe. The way that you breathe affects everything in your body, and it really affects your mood. So start paying attention to that. Go outside, like look at this beautiful imagery. If you have a park or anything like this, or even if it's not like this, just like somewhere in nature that you can go be, really go out there and take advantage of that fresh air, okay? But that's all I've got for you guys, group number 4. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be good. Your harvest will come in. You just gotta tend to it, okay? But honor whatever phase of your life you're in right now. Honor it. Enjoy it. It won't be this way again. All right? I hope the reading resonated with you. Let me know in the comments if it did. Like the video, subscribe so we can spend more time together. Follow me on Instagram at alexandrite. Consider becoming a patron over on my Patreon page. Every little bit helps, and I truly appreciate it. Thank you so much for sharing your time and your energy with me. The magic in me honors the magic in you. Be well. Bye.